The most frustrating thing in audio mixing, in fact, the most frustrating thing in post-production, is conforming digital audio workstation sessions to new edits from the editor or the director. You know, in the old days, when picture was locked, it was locked, man. If it didn't work, oh well, too bad. Because we had to actually cut the film, right? You're making a new print master at the end, and that was the end of it. But now we're cutting right up until the day of delivery sometimes, and we in the audio process are stuck having to try to take our sometimes thousands of tracks and conform them to a new edit over and over and over again. And I gotta tell you, after 3 days of 17 hours worth of mixing, the last thing you wanna do is sit there and do it again, a new confirmation. And until Fairlight or Adobe or somebody comes up with a way to do auto conform, which they're working on, we're stuck doing it manually. And listen, it's hard to do. And I strongly suggest you get an assistant or someone else that you train to know how to do this for you, so you can just take a step back, have a beer, take a nap, and come back with it all nice and conformed. Because otherwise, you kind of go crazy. And here's another thing to keep in mind. Never, ever save over your old sessions. Keep all those old sessions. Some programs like Adobe Audition and Pro Tools do that for you automatically, but even still, when you have a new conform, stop what you're doing, save as new file. Save as new file, make that happen. Otherwise, sometimes the editor will go, oh my gosh, I sent you the wrong thing, or oh, we gotta go back, we're gonna revert to an old session, and you're like, really, I gotta do this again? Keep everything. Back up everything every night. It'll save you. And surprise, you thought you were done, but no, the producers came back and said, listen, we've got a new cut, we've done color correction on it, and we've added some effects, and, well, they just need sound effects, and you thought you were done. There's the effects. Look at that. The cars hit the thing. Yes. So we have to add flame on top of everything else. And they said, oh, they want her talking on the phone while they walk by and all of that. So here we go. We know what to do. We've got our mix done. So let's start with the flame. I've got some, let's actually just call it fire, not flyer, fire. How about fire with an E? Good. Looks like I got a few of them here that I can choose from. Why don't we use them all? Sounds good. We'll add this one, and we'll add this one. We'll add this one, and we'll add this one because we love to layer things. Okay, so let's take an audition of what we've got here. Let's open up these tracks a little bit more. And this is something we use in the front, so actually that's not what we want. We just want straight fire. That'll certainly work. No sweat. We'll just go here. Fire starts where? Right there. Right on cue. Awesome. And where will it go out? Here. Okay. We'll figure that out in a second. And then here, let's check out the chemical fire. Definitely. And then what have we got here? Fire large. I think all of these will do just fine. We're going to go... No. We're going to go to the prayer marker. Oh, control. There we go. And we're going to hit A. We're going to do this. We're going to hit K. We're going to kill all of this. We're going to go to the next marker. We're going to do this. And Command K. And good. We're going to solo all three of these. Now, this panoramically is all going to be sort of left, so we definitely don't want anything in the center channel. We're going to make the spread smaller. We're going to push it left, and we'll do the same here. Spread smaller, maybe a little bit over here, and this one the same. Excellent. Definitely lefty left. And let's just audition which ones need to be loud. That one can be a little bit less. Probably give it a little EQ, track effects. Mellow the high frequencies because they are sort of far away. Well, mellow it, but not like that, for goodness sake. Let's bring it up to here and make it nice and easy. Beautiful. Let's check out the next one. I like that one. It's a little strong, but it has a lot of nice energy to it. We'll do this a similar kind of thing to this, but a little less. Cool. And then this one. Nice gas fire. I think we will do sort of a band pass on this one, where we will bring this up to like here and something like this, and this with something like this. Super. And all of them together. They're all pretty loud, so we'll bring them down. And let's see what they sound like in context with the dancers. Still way too much. Okay, we'll see how that goes. And then they want somebody talking on the phone, which, you know, hey, man, that's reasonable. So I've found this kid. Child conversation. Let's see how this goes. Now, this is actually, theoretically, would be dialogue. So we want to change this from sound effects to child phone DX. And move it up where it should go. Lots of sound effects. Love it. We'll just stick it up here. Change the color. Change the output to the dialogue bus. So theoretically, we'd hear this child on the phone here, but far away.
Do you see that new bicycle at the start? It's so nice, huh? Yeah? It's all red and black and shiny.
Okay, that's all we need. And then we'll get rid of this other kid.
Yeah?
Yeah. Time here. Nice and easy. Just like this. And then from here. Okay. Awesome.
Do you see that new bicycle at the start?
I like how the kid must have like absolutely no teeth.
Do you see that new bicycle at the start?
Okay. Child, we're going to be on track effects, and you know what we're going to do. We're going to do parametric EQ. We're going to do a draconian cutoff here, a draconian cutoff here.
You see that new bicycle at the start? You see that new bicycle at the start?
And we're going to add
Yeah? It's all red. You see that new bicycle at the start? So nice, yeah? It's all red.
And now we're going to add a little distortion to it. Which distortion should we use? Let's use isotope. I got trash.
You see that new bicycle at the start? So nice, yeah? It's all red and black and shiny. Do you see that new bicycle at the start? So nice.
Cool. We'll just turn down the output.
Do you see that new bicycle at the start? So nice, yeah?
Cool. We'll undo or unsolo. Unsolo. We'll press a little bit less. And then here the kid will be a lot louder because we're closer. Until here. It's pretty funny, actually. All right, let's take a look at it in context now that we've got some of these crazy sounds in here. Works for me. There you go. And now we're ready to burn. The producers are happy. Whew. Maybe we can get this out the door before they make any more changes. And surprise, you thought you were done and you thought you had it all mixed. And then the producer comes back, or someone comes back, some fool person comes back and says, hey, well, you know, it's supposed to be funny. We think it'd be funny if you added more sound effects. Since it's supposed to be games and things. You're like, okay. And they give you a list of things. Fortunately, it's not too long. Let's take a look at the things that we want to fix. First thing we want to fix is this.
I'll smite you.
The foosh. Let's add some cool stuff to that. So I've found some sound effects in my library. Let's go magic. Search magic spell appearance.
I'll smite you.
This sounds like a magic spell charm. That's the shield. How about this one? Yeah, that's nice. We'll use that one. For her foosh, we'll use sound effects 3. We'll zoom in. Place. Oh, look, there's a marker. How wonderful.
Or I'll smite you.
It is sort of funny.
Or I'll smite you.
All right, I need audition to lock to me. Thank you. We'll open this up. Too long. We'll help that, though. It sort of cuts off. I don't like that very much. Oh, I see. That doesn't cut off. That's his dialogue. So let's pull this down a little bit. Let's also take it out of the center channel. Let's make it phantom mono, and let's give it a little low frequency effects. Ooh, nice.
What was that?
And you know what? With this in here, his little whoop, whoop is really, really annoying. That. So let's get rid of it. There it is. Whoop. Better, right? And that way we can allow this to play a little bit longer.
What was that?
Cool. And then we need to have his shields. Retroactive shields. Zing. And that'll be this one here. His zing is about here. Let's see.
Zing.
What was that stupid?
Oops. Not that. This. And in this case, it's so long, we're just going to hack a piece out of this and not that, and bring it together.
Retro.
What was that stupid?
There we go.
Zing.
What was
Bring her over here. Oops, wrong keys.
Zing.
What was that stupid?
That was a shield.
And we'll just fix up the volume here in automation land. Down a little bit. And down a little bit.
Zing.
What was that stupid?
That was a shield.
I think we want to make it a little shorter so it's not on top of her.
Zing.
What was that stupid?
That was a shield.
Yeah, that's nice. Let's go back and see if we've caused us any damage.
Did you mean that? Well, tell me now. Nor I'll smite you. What was that?
Damage over time. You won't feel anything now, but by the time you get home, you'll be impotent for the rest of your life.
Zing.
What was that stupid?
That was a shield.
Yeah, that's fun. And then let's see what else we got to do. He's going to become. Oh, she's going to stabbity stab stab.
Okay.
There's a sword stab. Let's try sword. I think I put a sword in here. There's sword scrape. That should be good. Ooh, there's a bunch of them. Let's check it out. Sword step. So she's going to whip this out. Oh, yeah. Come on. That's just fantastic. I think that's all I think that's all I need out of that. Just this one. I'll turn it up because it's very quiet.
Are you okay?
Stop! Stop!
Even earlier.
Are you okay?
Stop!
Are you okay?
Stop!
Yeah, that's
Are you
good.
okay?
Stop!
Maybe even more.
Are you okay?
Stop! Stephanie, stop!
Cool. And then he's a hunter. This would be, hunters have bows and arrows. And then where he rolls her over. Well, we'll just drop this in here for a second. You are not a hunter. There. See how this flies.
Go stabbity stab on me, but I'll tell you why, because we're not up.
Whoa, that is a lot of low frequencies in there.
Stab on me, but I'll tell you why, because we're not up.
And we're going to have to add quite a bit of compression to this clip because we're not getting the front side of it. Here's what it sounds. You don't even know what it sounds like. We got tons of low frequencies. So the first thing we need to do is get it out of the LFE. We're going to do that with automation. Touch. Low. Awesome. Yes, it did it. Thank you. And then we're going to add some compression to take care of this very, very transient bit. Let's see. Let's try the tube modeled compressor because that's cool. I'm going to bring this threshold way down. Yeah, even more. Oh, and how about a ratio that's nice, like 10? And a nice slow release, a quick attack. Ooh, well, that'll work. And we'll turn up the output gain because we've killed so much of it. And I'm going to take out some of that low frequency stuff. In fact, let's put that before the compressor, which is what you should do. I'm just going to roll it off, the opposite of what you're seeing there. High pass at about 100 hertz. There we go, because I don't need any low frequency banging around. Now we should be able to turn it up and not have any trouble.
Maybe I'll tell you why, because we're not up.
You can't!
Cool. We can go like this, maybe even 6 dB.
Maybe I'll tell you why, because we're not up.
Even more.
Maybe I'll tell you why, because we're not up.
Let's move it just a little before his line.
Because we're not up.
Right before Hunter.
Because we're not up.
Just a bit more.
Because we're not up.
And then we'll do a little pan fun. Angle. Pan. Show me what I'm looking at here. I go from right to left. Beautiful.
Why? Because we're not up.
Cool. Just something fun and subtle. And now the producer's very happy. We'll just check it all out together and make sure that we haven't caused ourselves more trouble. As much fun as that is. We'll save, though.
Well, what's wrong? Are you okay?
Stop! Stephanie, stop! Where are your shoes now, you pathetic yoga teacher, Pia?
You can't just feign death and then go stabbity stab on me. I'll tell you why, because we're not up.
It's probably just a little too loud, but the sword part is fantastic. Just about 8 decibels.
Maybe I'll tell you why, because we're not up.
And you know what else I want? It comes in kind of hard. So let's do this.
Maybe I'll tell you why, because we're not up. Maybe I'll tell you why, because we're not up.
There we go. All right, cool. Now the producer's very happy and we can burn this. So we all agree that conforming is a drag, and hopefully our friends at Audition, using dynamic linking or Adobe Anywhere or whatever they're going to do, or somebody, Fairlight, anybody, will come up with a way to do automatic conforming, where the edit that you're doing in Premiere or something else, when you make a big change there, it actually changes the audio here and asks you, hey, do you want this one to go this way? Do you want this one to go that way? And you make it conform. Until then, you're going to be doing this for a while. Here's just a quick couple of suggestions as to how to conform. First of all, always go from back to front. Well, why do we want to go back from front? Well, because the editor is giving you an edit decision list that's based on time codes that are here in your edit. So watch what happens. If I just want to make an edit and I go here, I use the time tool, I select all these guys, I hit Command K. I don't even have to hit Command K, but let's say I can hit select all, Command K, they get cut. I go up here to edit after the wheel of death is done. And I say ripple delete. I can say selected clips, but in this case, I want to do Shift Command Delete, time selection in all tracks. Shift Command Delete. It just did it for me. And I'm still getting the wheel of death as it moves all the automation along with it. What have I just done? Well, now any edits that were over here on the EDL that they gave me don't correspond to any of the dialogue or the time code that we had before, right? It's all been truncated thanks to my cut. So we want to always go from all the cuts to the right to the left. That way all the time code that's on the left side of your edit remains intact and you can cut anything on the right. So always from the right to the left. And once we do that, we can make our edits and hopefully line them up. Now, in Audition, you have to be extra special careful because there is no command for, move from one frame to the next. So we're always looking at this window to make sure, and even looking at the frame itself to make sure that we're cutting from one frame to the next. So, and not cutting somewhere in between. We can get close, and we can look. These are actual frame numbers. There's 16. I'll show you. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. But there isn't really a way to lock to it. So you're just hitting a key. So let's say I wanted to cut from 3:02:20 to 2 minutes. Let's say that's a huge edit, and I got to conform audio to that. 3:02:20 to 2 minutes exactly. I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to make sure. Now I can use these commands. It'll put me on that frame. That's nice. I'm going to save a marker. Marker 17. Zoom back out, and I'm going to drop over to 2 minutes. 01, 02, 00, 00. And now I'm here at 2 minutes. I'm going to drop a marker there. Marker 17, marker 18. Fantastic. We're going to go Shift M. There's the other marker. Okay, now what I need to do is select all tracks. I've got them all tracked. I hit Select A. I'm going to hold down, I've got the time tool selected, and I'm going to Shift drag. It will give me the time tool, and as long as I've got snapping on, it will snap me to the marker. And here is snapping is on. Let's double check. We're going to zoom in that we got this selection correct. We're not quite correct, so we're going to continue our selection until we snap to the marker. Great. I'm at 2 hours, or 2 minutes rather. Now from here, I could just do ripple delete selection in all tracks. Boom, I don't even have to hit Command K. I just did my selection and my cut. It's going to give me the ball of death, but you can't see, but I can see. The issue with doing this kind of conforming, which is not like there's some other kind, there's only this kind, it doesn't really live in dialogue. Dialogue cutting isn't that big of a deal in Conform because we're rarely cutting in the middle of a dialogue piece. Even here, that randomized thing I just made up, literally. There's no dialogue that we have to worry about the cut on. All the automation was cut perfectly, and if it wasn't, you'll find out as soon as you play through. Foley, not really an issue. If there is, it's easy to see. The issues come with ambiances and music. Look at, I got all these music tracks and ambiances, which were just cut on, and you're going to hear this. Check it out. I'm going to go to time.
With you.
Right?
With you.
You hear that like crazy. So what we have to do is just simply make appropriate crossfades so that those edits don't make a mess for us. And it's not that hard. We're going to select these, and you can do this in any digital audio workstation. There's nothing here that I'm going to do that's like Audition specific. Okay, we got the A tool. We're going to go here. We're just going to do a little crossfade here. That should solve our ambiences. Let's go back. Oops. Actually, let's make them much stronger. Those are the ambiences solved. And I might cut the music tracks a little earlier. Depends on the cut, obviously, but not in the same time or the same way that I did the ambiences. And obviously, this is a bad cut, and you're going to have these because this is where the director wanted them. Right? So the issue is the biggest thing we hear is the brass stems. They're really causing us trouble where the horns are. So we're going to drag this. I better just make this larger because I can't find it. We're going to drag this further. See how that helps? Great. There's also a weird thing going on in the timpani. You can hear that orchestra percussion. You can even just see it here. Make that longer. And the strings needed some help. Where are they at? There's music, percussion stems. Yeah. Probably not the basses. Let's just double check what's happening here. Oh, I see that they're fading. They're going out, so we need to make their crossfades go this way. Doesn't look like it's the violins, but definitely the violas and the cello. And we want to help the basses crossfade. You can see the waveform change there. Much better, right? And we are actually chopping off his dialogue, aren't we? So let's pull sister in. Sister. 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 Cool. So just simple ways to conform. You don't have to worry too much about dialogue, although we ran into it there, Foley or anything. It's the ambiences and the music that you're going to have a problem with. And we just do simple fixes. That's why we demand, did I mention demand stems?
Your choices have caught up with you, sister.
And then we chop to the end because the picture would then cut to it. So just simple ways to do conforming. No, it's not fun. Nobody likes it. And the editors don't realize what they make us have to do, because if you had a track count of 1,200 tracks, you would be doing this on that level. But it happens all the way up until the day before delivery, so we just get used to it. We have another beer, and we move on. So look, there's nothing fun about conforming. Nothing fun at all. And if you can remember one thing about this entire chapter, that's this. Keep your head. Because everyone else is going to lose theirs, and it's the day before delivery, and you still got to do mix edits, and they've given you a new edit. Keep your head. And you'll get it done, I promise. It may not feel very good, but you'll still get it done. And no one remembers that you were up for 17 hours because the editor didn't do their job and decided to give you the mix late, even though you did the dynamic linking. No one remembers that. All they remember is that you got it done, you kept your head, and you made a great movie. Until then, I'll see you in post.